Most entrepreneurs and executives are focused on hiring strictly within their business. But if you want to build a $10 million life, not just a $10 million business, you also have to focus on making hires in your personal life too. And we're going to talk about three that are non negotiables that every entrepreneur needs to have. A lot of times we don't realize that we are wasting 5 to 15 hours a week on something that can so easily be done probably better and faster by somebody else if we just pay them to do it. And the two main reasons that we don't do it tends to be number one, we just don't think about it, or number two, we have a scarcity mindset around money and we're like, I would just rather do it myself. But I'm going to show you why that's a huge mistake to think that. I'm going to talk specifically about how much time they can save you, and then we're going to go into how much you need to be making in order to have a break even on these services. And as I was going through this, I actually thought about a bonus one that I'm going to share with you at the end. So the third highest ranked hire that I normally recommend to people is getting a personal chef. Normally, I would rank this one higher since everybody's got to eat, but the reality is this can be a little bit more expensive. For me and my wife, we have 3 kids, right? So depending on how big your family is, that's going to be a big variable in the cost here. But for us, it would be about $1,000 a month just to have dinners made about 4 to 5 times a week. And that would cost us around $100 an hour. So while that's really expensive, there's some real benefits to this. The first is that it's going to let us eat healthier. We won't eat out as much. We're probably going to eat better food since it's going to be a chef making it. And then the other side of this is that there probably is going to be some cost savings in there because we aren't going to be going and getting as much fast food, which is getting really expensive. The other side of this is that we are going to save a lot of mental energy because now we don't have to worry about grocery shopping or figuring out what we're going to eat for dinner. And then the other side of it is that it's going to save us a lot of time of actually having to cook the meals. Again, this is one of those factors I can't really measure, but I know that it's true. When we eat healthier, we're going to have more energy and it's going to make us more efficient at our jobs and in turn help us make more money. The second hire that I end up recommending the most is lawn care services. Weeding, mowing the grass, trimming the bushes, all of these things can take hours every week, especially when it's like spring or summer and the grass is just going nuts. Now, for everybody who lives in an apartment or some kind of high rise, I get it. You can just skip this and go to the next one. But for everybody else who has yard work to do, lawn care services don't cost as much as you think. And for me, spending $150 a month for them to come in and, go through my not so huge lawn is totally worth the 2 to 3 hours that I would have to spend out there weeding and mowing the lawn and edging. So let's say on average that this just saves me 5 hours a month and that it's costing me $150 a month. That means that if I can make more than $30 an hour, that I am breaking even on my time. Now, I want to throw a caveat out here that some entrepreneurs might be thinking, sure, if you are working full time as an entrepreneur, your time is probably worth more than $30 an hour. So if this thing is saving me 5 hours a week on average and I'm paying $150 for it, yeah, that seems like a no brainer. But a lot of times entrepreneurs are like, Steven, I actually don't bring home that much money every week. Like everything goes back into the business. I'm growing it. I'm paying my employees, all this other stuff. So you might be rich on paper in business equity, but you don't actually bring home that much. So that $35 an hour can feel like a lot. What I would say to that is just ignore the feelings of scarcity, ignore the fear that can come with that. Even if you are bringing home an inconsistent paycheck or your hourly rate is technically around the 20 to 25, you still should really consider this because it's only going to enable you to put more time and more energy and more attention into your business and is ultimately going to have way bigger of a payoff than just going and mowing your lawn for a few hours a week. What I'm talking about is something that's called opportunity cost because yes, you could save $30 an hour if you go and mow the lawn by yourself. But if you could be out selling or marketing for your business, something that is $100 an hour activity for you, even if we're including what it's going to make you on paper, well, then there is a $70 an hour opportunity cost. And as you continue to grow your business and make even more money, that gap only broadens. Take the time savings and invest it in your business, invest it in your health, and invest it in your family. I promise you, it's going to be worth the money. And this is why having a maid service, I rank as my number one hire. I really consider it something that's absolutely non-negotiable for any entrepreneur. We started doing this about 3 years ago. I grew up poor. I never had a maid service before, something I never even thought about. But now that we have young kids and, they make a huge mess in the house, things get dirty really quickly. What we do is we pay for a maid service to come in once a month and do all the deep cleaning stuff. And when they do that, it is saving me and my wife easily 8 hours worth of work, and they're knocking it out in like two. So prices on this stuff are obviously going to be variable depending on how big your house is and like all these other different things. So I'll just give you examples of what these services look like, with my situation. So for $200, they come in once a month and we just have them do the deep clean. And me and my wife have estimated that this saves us at least 8 hours worth of chores. So when you look at that, that breaks down to about $25 an hour. Well, me and my wife each earn six figures. So when you break that down for either one of us on an hourly basis, we are much better off having that time back than we are doing the cleaning ourselves. Now, the key principle in all of this is that once you get that time back, you don't just sit on the couch and like eat nachos and watch TV. Okay. The point is to take that and now go be productive in your business or whatever it is that you do to make money. At the very least, just go spend time with people that you care about or enjoying your hobby in your life. I'd say that's probably worth $25 an hour. Now, this is a little bit harder to put a number on, but this is real. Cleaning isn't just time consuming, it's also energy draining because studies show across the board when your house is a wreck or the toilets are really dirty and things need to be dusted, and you know that these things need to get done, it actually makes you less efficient and it lowers your energy levels as well. So it's a number on that, but in general, it's going to make your quality of life better and it's going to raise your energy levels. Now, here's the bonus one that I'm going to throw out, and I probably need to do an entire video on how to do this, but it's a personal assistant for personal tasks, not just business tasks. You can hire a virtual assistant overseas for somewhere around $10 an hour, or you can even get one locally for around $35 to $40 an hour. A virtual assistant can do a lot of awesome stuff that just eats up time, like schedule appointments or book travel. They can pay bills or return packages for you. There's a lot of flexibility in what you can use them for. So if you get a personal virtual assistant at $400 for 10 hours of work every single month, that's just $40 an hour to do a lot of things you probably don't want to do in the first place. And again, I want to just stress the opportunity cost. Think about all the things that you could be doing. Don't think about the $40 an hour. Think about all the things that you could be doing that can make you more money or help you enjoy the life that you were building. So if you outsource these three things, you're probably going to get anywhere from 10 to 20 hours a week back. Then on top of that, you're going to have more mental clarity, and it's because you're going to be making better life decisions. And then if that's not enough, you're going to have a more optimized lifestyle that enables you to do more of the things that you love or be with people that you really care about or to do things that you just find more fun.